The Galactic Council chamber buzzed with the usual cacophony of alien languages, each species vying for attention in the vast amphitheater that floated in the neutral zone between star systems. Anna stood at the center of the polished obsidian floor, her small frame barely reaching the chest of the smallest delegate present. The Crothics ambassador, a towering insectoid creature with razor-sharp mandibles, clicked in what passed for laughter among his kind. This, Crothics gestured with one of his 6 limbs toward Anna. This is what the humans send as their champion. A creature so small it could be crushed beneath my foot. The chamber erupted in jeering sounds, hisses, clicks, rumbles, and warbles that transcended language but carried the universal message of mockery. Anna's jaw tightened, but she maintained her composure. She had expected this. Humanity always faced skepticism when entering new arenas. The Verloc representative, a gelatinous being that pulsed with bioluminescent contempt, rippled forward. The trial by combat was designed for warriors, not for whatever this tiny thing is. Perhaps the humans misunderstood our invitation. I understood perfectly, Anna replied, her voice steady despite the odds stacked against her. I am here to prove humanity's worth through the ancient rite you demanded. Or are you reconsidering your challenge? The Crothics ambassador's mandibles spread wide in what Anna had learned was their equivalent of a predatory grin. Oh no, little human. We shall proceed. But know this, when you fall, and you will fall, humanity's petition for council membership dies with you. Your species will remain quarantined to your pathetic little solar system for another 1,000 cycles. Anna nodded slowly. Then let's begin. The arena materialized around them, a holographic construct that simulated a rocky, mountainous terrain. Crothics' champion stepped forward, a battle-scarred warrior nearly 3 meters tall, covered in chitinous armor that had deflected plasma bolts in a dozen wars. The creature's 4 arms each held a different weapon: energy blade, neural disruptor, kinetic hammer, and molecular whip. The crowd's laughter intensified. Some species had already begun placing bets, and the odds against Anna were astronomical. Where is your weapon, tiny human? The Crothics warrior chittered. Or do you intend to throw yourself at me and hope I die from laughter? Anna smiled then, a genuine expression that confused several of the observers. I brought my weapon. Emma, come here, boy. The air behind Anna shimmered, and what the aliens had dismissed as environmental distortion suddenly resolved into something solid. Something massive. Emma emerged from his camouflage, and the chamber fell silent. He was enormous, a creature born from humanity's ancient relationship with Earth's apex predators, genetically enhanced through generations of careful breeding and augmentation. His species had once been called wolves, but Emma was to wolves what starships were to wooden boats. Standing on all 4s, his shoulder reached Anna's head height. His fur was a mix of silver and shadow, seeming to absorb and reflect light simultaneously. But it was his eyes, intelligent, calculating, and utterly loyal, that made even the most battle-hardened aliens take an involuntary step back. This is Emma, Anna said simply, resting her hand on his massive head. My partner, the Crothics warrior, recovered first, though his mandibles trembled slightly. A pet. You bring a domesticated animal to a warrior's trial. Not domesticated, Anna corrected. Partnered. There's a difference. You'll understand soon enough. The trial master, a neutral zephyr, being of pure energy, initiated the combat sequence. The holographic arena expanded, adding obstacles and varied terrain. The countdown began. 3.2.1. The Krothix warrior charged, multiple weapons raised, confident that sheer size and firepower would overwhelm the tiny human and her beast. Emma's response was instantaneous. He moved like liquid mercury, his enhanced musculature propelling him forward at speeds that shouldn't have been possible for something his size. The warrior's neural disruptor fired, but Emma had already shifted position. The blast scorching empty air, Anna moved in perfect synchronization with Emma, their bond evident in every coordinated action. While the warrior focused on the massive predator before him, Anna circled, analyzing, calculating. This was humanity's true strength, not individual power, but the ability to forge partnerships, to work as something greater than the sum of parts. Emma feinted, left, drawing all four of the warrior's weapons toward him, then pivoted with impossible agility. The Krothix's kinetic hammer whistled through empty space. In that moment of overextension, Anna struck. She had been dismissed, forgotten in the presence of Emma's intimidating form. And that was exactly what she'd counted on. Her neural easy to dismiss as insignificant connected with the gap in the warrior's chitinous armor. The Krothix convulsed, his weapons clattering to the ground. Emma was there in an instant. Massive jaws closing around the warrior's primary weapon, arm not crushing, but holding, demonstrating restraint that shocked the observers. Anna placed her hand on the fallen warrior's carapace. Yield. The warrior, trembling from both the neural stun and the primal fear of having a predator's teeth at his throat, clicked his surrender. The arena dissolved. Silence filled the council chamber, different silence than before. This one carried weight, respect, and more than a little fear. Anna looked up at the assembled delegates. You mocked me for being tiny. You assumed size equals strength. But humans learned long ago that intelligence, loyalty, and partnership trump brute force. We bonded with creatures like Emma when we were still living in caves. We turned predators into family, competitors into companions. That's what you don't understand about humanity. We don't face challenges alone. We face them together. Emma sat beside her, his massive form radiating controlled power, his intelligent eyes scanning the assembly with calm assessment. The Galactic Council had no choice but to vote. Humanity's petition for membership passed unanimously, as Anna and Emma walked toward the exit. The Verloc representative pulsed a question. Tell me, human Anna, could your Emma have killed our champion? Anna paused, her hand resting on Emma's shoulder. Easily. But killing isn't the point. We came here to prove our worth, not our savagery. Any species can destroy. We chose to show you what humanity really is, the species that turns enemies into friends and predators into partners. That's why we deserve a seat at your council. She smiled. And that's why you should be very glad we chose friendship. Emma's rumbling growl of agreement echoed through the chamber, and more than one alien shivered at the sound.